There's something special about how games have progressed through the years. And yet, even with that progression, you still want to hold on to like a little bit of your past. And a lot of people have different stories on how that began. But for me, I try not to count the consoles I've just played on at like my grandparents or like played over with my dad or something like that. Like I choose the console that I owned as my first console. Where it all started for me was the PlayStation 2. This thing was a beaut. I couldn't take my hands off of it. But consider me a military wife because I'm moving on. Yeah, going from the PlayStation 2 to the Xbox 360 was an interesting jump, but a welcome one. If you had one of these things, you were in for the time of your life. If you had 7, I think they'd put you on a list or something. I'm not entirely sure. And being the collector I am, I'm bound to find a few games I would like to share with you guys. Keep in mind that my preferences may be a little bit different than yours, but that's okay. And if you don't like it, well, let's get started. This is Banana's top picks for you to try in 2024 for Xbox 360. Or on whatever console plays it, I don't care, it's up to you.
So, now you are the king of the Danes, Monster Slayer. Everything that was once mine is yours. Let's see how the crown fits, King Beowulf.
Movie tie-in games are hard. Trust me, I played Shrek the Third. But for me, something solid stuck with me with Beowulf. And no, I'm not talking about that. The combat was simple yet entertaining. You're not in this by yourself. You have a party of Thanes with you that will help you and do your commands.
Open that door!
The game also has a morality system. The more you give in to the chaos, the more your people will not like you, and you have a possibility of ripping them to shreds. It gives you 2 different ways to play the game, one being like with a war band of your friends, and the other giving you vibes of Kratos from God of War where you're ripping people to shreds. Which, and I'll be honest, having on the Xbox 360 was a godsend considering I did not have a PlayStation 3 growing up. This game will run you through all of the Beowulf storyline, plus little stories along the way, and is available on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PC, and... No fucking way! Whoa, 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 whoa. No one in their right mind would play this game. Hey, get that off the screen.
Farah? Farah! Farah! Hi.
The Prince of Persia is a solid title under Ubisoft's belt. I have nothing against Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands, but I was more taken away by what this Prince of Persia brought to the table, which was a new art style, a companion along the way with mystical powers, and one of my favorite battle systems I think I've had the pleasure to play. And not even mentioning that it's voiced by Nolan North. He was just an unstoppable force in the Xbox 360 days. I mean, he's still unstoppable now, but anyways. The game has a nice engaging story where you can take it at your own pace and go your own way, and you have multiple enemies to fight and learn and adapt to their combat styles. And enough platforming to get you that fix that you always wanted. But if you're anything like me, you better get used to seeing this, because you're going to see it a lot.
They say hope begins in the dark. But most just flail around in the blackness, searching for their destiny. The darkness, for me, is where I shine.
When you cast Vin Diesel for a game, you kind of expect nothing more than and though yes, that will happen from time to time, his performance in this game is what makes most of the game for me. I mean, quite honestly, most of the cast in this game are...
You can't keep getting away with it!
The game is not only a first-person shooter, but also lets you do melee combat with hands, knives, and other objects. And it also has stealth elements that you can use and abuse if you so well please. This type of game engine was crazy to think about back in the day, and it's still crazy now. I believe a similar game that uses the same engine is The Darkness, which I have played before on this channel. Definitely give that game a try as well. Not to mention that the physical copy seems to come with the copy of Escape from Butcher Bay that came out on the Xbox version, which is awesome. You get 2 games in one. I didn't review that part of the game. It's easy to say that if you're a fan of the movie to play the game, but as well as if you've never heard anything about Riddick, much like I haven't, then you should definitely try it yourself. It's kind of interesting when a game makes you want to watch the movie or the book that it came from or originally came from. And though, yes, the action parts can get a little bit repetitive, my favorite part of this game is watching Vin Diesel crawl around like a little animal. I don't know, there's something primal about it. That got weird. Cut? Just cut the thing. Just cut the...
Oh, give me a break. Can't she just let me sleep? Ugh.
Never Dead is a third-person shooter where you take the role of Bryce Boltzmann. He's a demon hunter and he has a little secret up his sleeve. He's immortal. And you may be asking, what's the fun if you can't die? What's the challenge? Does this not look fun to you? Yeah, instead of health, you just lose your limbs and you roll around and hope you can find it, which makes for some fun little situations where you may have lost just one arm and one leg and you're hopping around, or just rolling around with your head. That doesn't mean you're completely immortal though, because you can get trapped in places where you will live forever, say like the stomach of some beast. You don't want to be there. There was a lot of third-person shooters that came out on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. I would say this one threw me for a loop because I wasn't expecting to, well, never die. I know. That's on me. You also risk losing your companion, which is only human. The game is very hack and slashy, so if you're into that type of style of game, it's definitely one I want you to pick up and try. And yes, I didn't see any Nolan North here. We're safe. Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom is about a thief that befriends a magical ally that stop the world from plummeting into... Have I heard this from somewhere? Yeah, while editing this, I noticed some similarities in these 2 games. However, they could not be more different. The Majin Teedle is your AI-controlled companion that helps you through puzzles and combat throughout the whole game. And God, do I fucking love this guy. It's been a long time since a video game made me love a character as much as I've loved Teedle. The game is going to be you going through puzzles and combat against this dark entity that's taking over nature, practically. I think what really sells this game for me is the dynamic between the two that you'll see throughout the story. The characters will have their ups and downs and will share moments with each other. And to me, it brought me back to a place of where I haven't been in a long time. This game made me feel happy, secure. Something that games used to make me feel a lot more often. Something about going through this world with this gentle giant, trying to make sure he's safe, and as well, he's making sure you're safe. It brings a tear to your eye in some moments. And to me, those types of feelings is important to video games and what it can make you feel. It can make you feel happy, sad, angry, you know? You're invested in it because you are in the game. You are the character that's going through these events. Well, you and Nolan North.